Hey everybody, it's Eddie from Tokyo. This is your cryptocurrency update from Japan. And wow, well, this is a beautiful day with Bitcoin trading over 104,000. The market, which is sitting at a 3.56 trillion market cap, is got Bitcoin in a dominant position. It's quite strong at 58.2%. And at the time of this recording, Jasmy Coin, which is located here in Japan, leads the gainers in the top 100, sitting at 3 cents, up 29% on the 24-hour. Woo! It was a hobby coin, and the project, well, just wasn't much more than a token for a hometown soccer team. That's how it started out, but it got some traction. And now, wow, it's really turned into a serious project. It is by a former Sony executive, which, by the way, if you ever come to a party in Japan, you'll always find that somebody there has either worked or is currently working at Sony. It's kind of a joke here in Japan. But R of Weave and DXE are following closely behind with a 23% up on the 24-hour. And then getting down into the gainers, you can find Flare is up nearly 10%, SWE up nearly 9%, and most of the top 100 you can see is moving towards the green. And those that are catching up, like XRP, Hedera, the Dino coins, I should say, they're really off just by less than a few percent. So I'd say a very positive day. Now, let's get into it because this is an interesting video. Now, as you probably know, the XRP army has had a lot of fun with this particular meme coin called Bitcoin Maxi Tears. The memes that are coming out of this token are pretty funny. But what's not pretty funny for the Pump Fun website, they got hit with a suit from the SEC claiming that all meme coins are securities. And we chalk this one up as bizarro. We've got William Hinman speaking at the new Ripple partner Ondo Finance Summit. And yes, David Schwartz is going to be talking there as well. It'll stream live from New York City on February 6th. You can sign up for the virtual attendance. I think that there's going to be a lot of XRP Army attendees. What do you think? We've got news that is really about impact on the XRP supply, and that is Grayscale seeks to convert their XRP trust to an ETF. This is going to be fantastic. They have submitted the request, and I think we're just in that holding pattern, and we have to wait and see what the SEC says. Ripple took out a pretty large ad in the Wall Street Journal. You can see a new stablecoin from Ripple, and now it's headline news. Say hello to the Ripple USD, a new stablecoin backed by over 10 years of on-chain expertise, as it says in the lower portion. And I want to provide you a little wider perspective on what I'm sure you saw in a lot of headlines, a lot of articles, that Tether was going to be taken off of the crypto.com website in Europe. Well, it wasn't alone. There were 9 other coins that are going to be removed because of the MiCA regulations. Yeah, PayPal, their stablecoin is going to be removed. DAI, which is one of the oldest stablecoins we have in the space, Pax Dollar, Pax Gold. And then one that I was so surprised to see because it's passed the regulatory scrutiny in Singapore, which is very tight. That was XSGD. I'm just so surprised. So I think that news really often was told with just Tether in the spotlight, but it is really with a whole basket of other coins. And Tether has big news. Just a couple of hours ago, they're going to bring the USDT to Bitcoin's Lightning Network, ushering in a new era of unstoppable technology. You might not find that the network that they've created on this layer 2 to be very robust or secure or scalable, but the fact that it's serving millions of users and it is being worked on, it is being improved. And if they do marry this digital asset, it really does make a tremendous amount of difference for the micro transactions and remittances. This is big news, yet no doubt about it, this is big news. I'm sure many of you saw that the former SEC chair, Gary Gensler, was named a professor of the practice at MIT Sloan School of Management. Just crazy, right? It's just impossible to believe that this is actually real. It is real. However, you probably didn't see this. Matt Huang, co-founder of Paradigm, he is rounding up all of the MIT alum, and please contact him. I think he's up to something. And somebody did say find that missing lecture video in one of the threads that I had posted on X. You know, I don't believe, now this is my personal opinion, I don't believe there was any smoking gun. Gensler was out on some personal event. He had told the class prior to that missing course date. And the couple, Kelly Loeffler and Jeffrey Specker, they are he's the founder and the CEO of Intercontinental Exchange and the chairman of the New York Stock Exchange. They filled in for him. And I'm sure that they just didn't want to film the guest speakers or, record them because they weren't a part of the official online course for MIT. So again, this is my opinion, but I don't think there's anything there with that missing course number. And a wallet that Chris Larson, the chairman of Ripple, opened up more than 12 years ago. When did he open this up? He opened it up in 2013. He's been moving a lot of XRP onto exchanges, so I'm sure he's selling. Yeah, some people haven't covered this. Some people don't want to talk about it, but yeah, it's quite a bit. 10 million, 5 million, another 5 million there. But let me just give you one perspective that came from Santiago. Santiago always has a chilled mind. He said every sale has a buy, and the technicals and fundamentals, he's talking about XRP, have never looked better. John Deaton had a big live space for 1 hour with guests, and I'm telling you, it was really something you want to go back and listen to. It was a form of a very civil discussion about the strategic Bitcoin reserve versus a strategic crypto reserve. And there were people from both sides, and it was a very good discussion. I just want to read, though, the post that I made after it ended, because I felt that there were 3 points that still needed to be talked about. During the conversation, halfway through, it was mentioned that Bitcoin protocol could never change, and they were talking about the circulating supply. Well, that's just not true. The protocol can be changed, and it went through a big change in 2021 after 90% consensus was achieved. This was the peak for mining pools in China at that time. It was before the crackdown. And it was estimated that there were roughly 1,636,000 and some machines out there, with 65% of those miners at that time, not now, but at that time, being Chinese controlled. The upgrade was commonly referred to as Taproot, but it actually had 3 integrated or interconnected upgrades. There was the Schnorr, the Taproot, and the transcript. And it was on November 14th that block number 709632 put the Taproot soft fork through. It was activated. And so when anyone tells you that it can never be changed, that's just not the truth. Yes, it does take a tremendous amount of consensus. That 90% is a very high bar to achieve, but the fact that it can, I don't think you can say it never can. And on, let's see, this number 2, XRP is not Ripple. Boy, too many people still confuse Ripple and XRP being one and the same entity. Ripple is a company, and they just use the digital asset XRP. They're also using other assets like USDC and Tether, and now they have their own stablecoin. And it is the native asset to the XRP ledger, which is decentralized and it too gets upgrades, and that can occur based on a large consensus as well. Ripple only has one voting validator. And the last point was John started to bring up this topic, and I thought it was a really good thing to discuss. If we use the US Bitcoin reserve to sell in 20 years, as what Lummis has for her bill, to bring the debt down, for example, by half, that's the projected amount that would be able to be cut off of the trillions that the United States owes. What happens to the price for the hodlers who are holding on for dear life? You know, to me, it sounds just like a very ugly example of musical chairs, with many of the BTC holders currently and privately thinking to themselves, I'm sure, they say, well, I'll get out before the government does. Well, who's to say another administration wouldn't sell it earlier? And this kind of goes down the same line, this line of thought that Michael Saylor really should put his large BTC holdings in escrow, just like Ripple, the company, does. But I know, wait, I understand that he can't do that because his pristine capital, as he calls it, is really needed to be liquid. And he wants it to be liquid just in case. Just in case of what? Well, when markets do really big swings. And you know, the markets do swing. And at the end, I just wanted to say, if you believe in the Satoshi vision, as I did back from 2013, this use case that is being proposed really was not part of the plan. Makes me a little sad. And I just want to have full disclosure here. I, like John, own more Bitcoin than XRP. Well, there's a whole lot of fun, I think, happening with AI. This is something that someone, who was it? It was Cowboy Crypto. Yes, 313. I love his posts. I love his research. I really love the pictures of his ranch and his cattle and his horses. Yeah, plural. I had a laugh at this one with the JP Morgan sponsored driver. Oh boy, she's been on a tear, hasn't she? Those hearings that she brought herself to, that elevated emotional state, was just yeah, one for the history books. But what I wanted to say is that there's a whole lot more coming down the pipe with AI. I want you to listen to just about a 50-second clip. I had Hugo Feiler back on the channel. He's from Minima Global, and he is going really guns a-blazing with blockchain and the DePIN model and AI agents, autonomous agents that will sit independently directly on the nodes and the wallets in a very, very decentralized manner. I just love what this company is building. And so just listen to this 50-second clip. And then I've got another really great clip with Ripple. It's a new one. Yes, they are making banks happy. So let's go into the first one, and then we'll move to the second one.
We'll be announcing, so we're working with some community members who are working on AI agents. And this is not just any old AI agent. This is literally fully autonomous AI agents. So where effectively the agents themselves will actually be sitting on the node and on the wallet itself. So there's a direct functionality for the AI agent to make decisions and to pay people and to receive value from other people as well. It literally has no one else it needs to relate to in order to make these things happen. So it's this is something that will be launching, or the community will be launching shortly in the next couple of months. So we're very excited about that.
Before the Ripple clip, you want to pay attention to the wave of innovation. This is the really great conference that occurs in the Gold Coast of Australia. I can tell you, can't tell you a lot, but I can tell you there's some big news coming out, so keep your eyes peeled. And if you happen to want an excuse to come to Tokyo from March 3rd through the 7th, yeah, the cherry blossoms will still be around. There's going to be a fantastic, really, really good, I think it's one of the best they put on conference that occurs. And 2 days are actually at a shrine here in Tokyo. They have 4,000 attendees from 52 countries. This is a great event. I've decided this year I'm going. And if you're coming over and you're going to be there, let me know. All right, let's let that clip from Ripple, which is working with a bank in Germany that looks like they're really doing some full service partnering with their solutions. Yep, you've got to listen to it. It really does show you how important the custody business was for their whole offering. And until next time, do take care. Sayonara for now. Bye-bye.
DZ Bank is quite happy, and we're a bit proud that we're one of the first banks in Germany which really built and made their digital custody platform going live. We can serve our clients dealing with settlement and custody of digital assets, focusing on crypto securities according to the German securities law. My name is Holger Meffert. I'm head of security services and digital custody at DZ Bank in Frankfurt. DZ Bank is the largest German depository bank with a volume of 300 million asset under depository.
Beginning of 2023, we then decided that we should best work together with Ripple Custody. So what we aimed at is finding a solution that is as best as integrated in existing capital markets processes to make it as efficient as possible. We started to implement, and then only after 10 months, we are proud to have gone live with the custody solution based on what Ripple is offering. We aim at introducing a solution for the custody and the settlement and management of digital assets. Well, the architecture of our solution evolves, of course, around, let's say, the core, which is being able to transact and administer wallets in this digital asset space on blockchains. Ripple Custody is one part, but we've also built a key infrastructure. We are working with analytics providers to investigate on blockchains, and we are planning on integrate our solution fully in the capital markets processes that we already have at DZ Bank.
The need of digital asset is just trying to find optimized processes and new products. And therefore, we have to think about new technologies, and DLT and blockchain is one which can help us to serve our clients better, to open up new products for our clients, especially the asset managers, to improve their performances if they want.
Digital ledger technology aims at improving existing capital market processes. This is how we see distributed ledger technology. These two processes, distributed ledger as well as existing capital markets business, will coexist the next decades.